Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're going to be checking out we're going to be checking out Alan Wake 2. Now, I'm running this on the 4070 Super. We are 100% running with, let me show you these settings real quick. So we're 1440p, we're at the balanced DLSS. We are not utilizing frame generation. Frame generation for some reason is not working very well with shadow play when I record. We do not have, maybe I should try it with VSync. I will later, but it just kind of ruins the the thing, because then you start getting all these frames. But we're set at the high preset, and we do have all of the path tracing, everything set to high. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this for a minute, because I've made plenty of videos before talking about like the better colors and like the overall look to the image quality and stuff while using an AMD GPU. Don't mind the stuttering. I'm really sure that is coming from, because I was playing this for a while before even having the I just think that the shadow play right now is the thing that is affecting that. I do still have my AMD drivers on my system too, so any instability we can just blame that if you guys want to. I don't really care. I mean, overall, but yeah, like I'm saying, like overall, without recording the image, I mean, it was super smooth. So any of that kind of stuff, we'll just put on both of those things. So I've showed you guys the front of this diner multiple times on the AMD GPUs, and I've just been like, whoa, man, the way the colors pop, the way the overall image quality looks, this looks incredible. This looks incredible. Once I figured out the digital vibrance thing, and I'm going to explain that to you right now. So digital vibrance is a setting inside of the Nvidia control panel. To get into there, you get into the control panel. You'll go down to adjust image colors or something like that. Now, every time I would set that up, there's a little box underneath that says override. Like something override. I don't know exactly what it says, but every time I would set my digital vibrance, I would select that box, and it would turn it off. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was just turning it off. It wasn't until I was setting it on both monitors, and I noticed, and I accidentally left it unselected on one of them, and I noticed that the color vibrancy was significantly better on that monitor. And so I was like, what the heck, man? I mean, that whole time, dude, 7 freaking Nvidia GPUs, and it was always like I would always select that box. And to my credit, to my defense, when you get in there and you do other things, you have to select that to like set like your full color range and all of that stuff. So I just thought that was a necessary. You select the override button on there for the digital vibrance and all of that to work. And that is like the one setting that you don't need it. So all that time, man, I've been having such a horrible time with like my image quality on the Nvidia GPUs because of that. And it was all down to just, a freaking control panel that is a bit outdated. And I mean, like, nobody can deny that is one of the things that Nvidia absolutely needs to fix, making that user experience better for people like me that are coming from console over to the PC space. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, dude, these kind of things need to get fixed. I mean, obviously, if you know how to use them, it's not that big of a deal. But for the people that don't know how to use that stuff, that just want to be blown away coming from console to PC, because let's face it, dude, if you're coming from like Xbox Series X or PS5 and you're on a 4K OLED screen, and you come over and your colors look washed out, or they look gray, or they just don't do what the PS5 and Series X are going to do, then you're going to be like, yeah, PC's not that great. Yeah, image quality's sharper and you got this and you got higher frame rate, but like, gosh dang, the image quality is just trash, you know? And that was my thing. But now that I like look at this and I actually get to experience this with like a higher quality color palette, like this looks incredible. So now I want to bring to your attention, you know, because even I used to say this a lot. So with the colors, with having vibrant saturated colors, you get more color data in like the overall in like the overall image quality. Now, if you look up here at the front of the diner, you can see multiple different shades of color. You can see over here, this right here, how it's all like got like white and then cream and all of that. You go down here and you look in this wall, you can see like in the stucco part right there, you can see more like different granularity of like the blue paint. Underneath it, you can see significantly more. The sidewalk even looks like it's got different shades of color, more information in there. Obviously, the road doesn't look just gray. It looks like, you know, different tones of black and gray and, you know, shiny wet water surface and all of that stuff. It looks significantly better. You can see more of the grains in the pole right here. This just looks incredible. Absolutely incredible. The overall image quality is intense. Like you could see out there, the green and the forest, all the red, all the orange and yellows and the trees and stuff like that. You know, the nice, beautiful green signs that kind of just, they didn't necessarily, I mean, they just look plain before. Up here in the brick building, you can see different shades of color in the bricks. It makes it stand out. It makes it pop. And that's what I like about, you know, digital vibrancy or being able to saturate my colors. It makes the image pop. It makes the contrast pop. So it looks denser, it looks fuller, and it looks incredible. And, you know, being able to do this on either your AMD GPUs or your Nvidia GPUs, to me, that significantly improves my experience with image quality. Now, you might not like the color palette like I do. I love it. I think it looks absolutely incredible. The way it pops and the way everything looks, it looks really good. And when you couple this with HDR, that makes it even better. When you have an HDR signal and you have an HDR, you know, display, that really makes these colors and everything pop even more. The contrast pop even more. So in my opinion, it's pretty important. And this has greatly improved my experience on the Nvidia side. So I'm happy. I'm a lot happier. And it just sucks that I went through 7 freaking GPUs to finally find this and get to this point to where I can be happy, to where I can be satisfied with my Nvidia experience. Like this right here, you guys don't even understand how much of a difference this makes. Like AMD, the AMD experience was 100% wiping the floor with Nvidia just over this. And, you know, come to find out it was all just user mistake and not understanding the Nvidia, you know, control panel 100%. I'm glad that Nvidia is making an app, and I'm super excited that they are starting to take the user experience more seriously, because that is going to hurt them in the long run. I mean, I was 100% dead set on like, yeah, AMD is just a better experience, like no reason to buy Nvidia. But now, you know, it's like, yes, I 100% still believe that AMD is definitely worth your money. You get a lot of bang for your buck when it comes to AMD. Nvidia, yes, you are paying for these extra features of ray tracing, but let's come over here and look at this, especially with, you know, the better color palette and everything. It greatly improves the ray tracing experience. Like you get this really nice defined diffuse looking, you know, shadow or reflection quality, which actually does look very, very good. And it being ray traced, it really does add to the immersion. You know, like when you pan the camera, it doesn't disappear like screen space. So it is improving the overall image quality to a point that, like, yeah, it looks good. And ray tracing in the future with path tracing and all of that stuff is really going to look good. Like, it's going to look good, and it's going to cut down on the overall file size of your games and stuff like that. So yes, it is a welcome technology that is actually getting pretty dang good. To be able to run this level of ray tracing quality on a mid-range GPU and still have a playable experience, that's pretty good, man. That is pretty decent. You can do some of the ray tracing on this on the AMD side and still have a good image quality. But yeah, at this point, if ray tracing really is super important to you, yeah, I just kind of wish that Nvidia would still bring out a little bit more VRAM with their experiences. I think that 16 gigs of VRAM on this card would have made this a very, very, very compelling experience that would have longevity. But let's face it, man. Like, the 5070 is going to be even better. So yeah, all right, my friends. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.